for watching my video. Today I want to take you through the process of my last painting that I did in Photoshop. I'm gonna go through the whole process of what I thought from the start, all the problems I had, things I realized throughout painting the piece, and yeah, that's about it. So thanks again for watching.
Alright, so this was a commission that was commissioned by Hayley, which is has become a good friend of mine. She's an author from Australia. She's written the Essence Chronicles, and this is the main character, Abbey shader. So it's a while since I drew this, and obviously there were some mistakes to the anatomy here, like the shoulders aren't completely right, and how the head is positioned on the neck and so on. But Hayley really liked the face of the sketch, so we decided to continue with that. So I cut out the head, and then I sketched out some poses of Abbey that would maybe fit her personality a bit. And these are the 3 poses I provided to Hayley. And yeah, she ended up with this one, or we were debating a bit back and forth, but we thought that this suited her the best. And yeah, then I started sketching out Abbey with clothes on, and you know, I wasn't really thinking clear when I started this piece. Like, normally I separate my line art on a layer, and I separate the colors of the clothes on a different layer and the colors of the pants. But this time I just drew everything on one layer, and that was quite, you know, difficult for me later on, because then I had to cut out every piece and like separate it into layers, and I'm actually not sure, you know, why I was thinking that. And at this point something is wrong with how the clothes are laying here. Also at the shoulder here, and yeah, something is also a bit off with the shoulder, and same with the arm, so that's something I constantly try to correct. I went a bit further and ended up, I guess, with sketched a look a bit like this. Here you can see, compared to the last picture, the shoulder is pulled a bit back, and the arm has a different position. I also changed how the jacket is around this area. What else? Yeah, corrected her chest a bit and the angle of it. Yeah. And oh wait, no, yeah. And then I decided to you know, try some different light settings. So these were all of what I gave. This is a bit under light. This is coming from above. This is kind of from the sides, with some dark areas here. And this is a bit from above, and oh yeah, this is supposed to be a light that kind of hits the top of your head, and then a part of your nose and the chest and the hand, like very downlit light, I guess. And here it's kind of like underlit from the side, and we ended up going for number 4, I think. So I tested out some colors. I couldn't actually find all my color suggestions, but I just want to show you the different color suggestions, or some of them that I sent to Hayley. Yeah, I actually kind of like this one a bit, but we decided to go for another type. Was it something like this maybe? Yeah, an occurring problem for me is my max screen, actually, because my max screen is super bright. So everything looks really, like the dark areas look really bright to me, But when I look at it on another screen, like, you know, sometimes I can't even see the dark parts at all, but on the Mac screen here, I can see a lot of the details, and it's actually also a problem when I'm printing my art. Yeah. Here I've just like focused a bit more on the light setting that we were gonna go for. And then I've added on some colors. I normally, well, either I draw them in, or like, how do you say, just splash them on myself, or I can use like an overlay layer or a colored layer. And in this picture, I'm pretty sure that I used overlay actually, and we ended up going for this light kind of. I've started rendering the face a bit and the hair. So it's kind of like, I think I was debating a bit what kind of light I wanted to come from above, but it's kind of like a bit of a whitish light more than, yeah, I think more neutral light actually, and then a warm light is supposed to come from under here. And then I decided to add some wind in her hair just because I thought that would make her look more interesting. As you can see, instead of having her just stand there without something happening with the hair, and it gives a sense of movement in the picture. Also changed the hand a bit, it seems like. But I must admit, I've really struggled with like the arm and the hand too, because I think the arm is supposed to be longer, but when I extended it, it still looked a bit off. Oh, what happened here? Okay. I don't know if there is... Oh yeah, I've here worked on the jackets, like mainly just, you know, blending. Yeah, it's just blend work that has been done from this piece to here. The blue underlight is removed from this piece here. And I have more neutral warm colors coming into the shadows. Here oh yeah, I've done obviously more to the background. The composition is something like this, that is supposed to lead, you know, your eyes around the picture. Like maybe you start, I don't know, you look at her face, follow the hairline a bit, you go around, look at the clothes and accessories, and then these lines bring you back up again to the picture. At least that was the main thought. And I guess she stands out quite a bit because she has dark clothes, right? And I also added maybe some sort of mist or like some yellow light here or kind of atmosphere, I guess, for all the, I don't know, whatever this is. I'm not quite sure what it is actually. But this light thing, or someone thinks is fire, but I guess everyone can decide for themselves what they think it is. I also closed her mouth because I thought that looked better. Fixed her hair. And I think I did something to the head. I think maybe I made the head a bit smaller and changed her chest a bit and made her body a bit smaller. Yeah. And here's the stage after where, again, I'm not, you know, I don't really know if my Mac screen is correct or not. So I've added some more brightness to the background. I think I also added some light to, or maybe not actually. I don't think I put on any brightness on her jacket as of yet, but at least now I can be sure that she will pop a bit better, and that the background isn't gonna blend in with her, because that's a bit of a problem with the screen. Oh yeah, and then eventually I tested out some other colors. I think I actually kind of like these colors, or it could be that I've been staring at the other piece for so long that something new seems kind of exciting for me. But nevertheless, we decided to go for the original piece and the colors. Yeah, and here I've added some borders that I've designed for Hailey and the Essence Chronicles. I've also finished her rouge. I actually don't know how you pronounce this word, but this decoration on her clothes. Yeah, let's call it that. I changed her face, made it smaller, made her eyes look a bit more relaxed, added some whiter light to her face. Oh, but it's, yeah, at least I think. Okay, actually that's hard to say because if I'm comparing, no, but I'm pretty sure I did. I added some more, like some colder lights to her hair and to her face, because now at this point I was thinking, yeah, for sure this is cold light coming down and hitting her face and hair, and also on the jacket here, and then the shadows will be more warm because the area here is is a warm lit area, so it makes more sense that the light hitting the how do you say, the areas here are bluish, and here it's kind of yellowish or warmish. I don't know how to explain it. Here, well, the borders I just removed, but I added some lights to her jacket, and here in this area, as well as here to the pants, and under her chest. Yeah, that's mainly what I did. Added a bit more brighter colors here from the coming down, just to get a feeling of, like, how do you say, the light hitting her in that sense. Is this where I thought? Yeah, so this is where I eventually ended up. I wanted to bring in something a bit more magical, so I added in these blue thingies. I don't know what they are, but they still make the movement quite good. There are some more brighter areas here, also because, yeah, the screen problem. I think I added some more saturation to it, and yeah, in general it's just a bit, more colors, and that's how she ended up.
And that's it, right? No. So I did a bit of a bummer. I posted the finished piece on social media too fast. And the day after, I slowly realized, something is actually bothering me with the piece, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. And after looking at it for a while, I realized that the colors were not appealing to me as much as I wanted to. And my friend also pointed out that I forgot her hairline, and I think there was some other small things that I had forgotten. So that made me realize, okay, I actually have to go back to the piece and do the changes before I feel really happy about, like, calling this project done in that sense. Yeah, so that's what I did. I went back to the piece, changed it, and I feel much happier about it. And of course it always reminds me about, the thing everyone says, let your piece rest for some days, then look at it again and see if you're happy or not. But that's really hard because, like, you just want to share it so fast. So anyways, that's what I'm going to show you now, the changes I did after a day or two. Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at how it looked like when I thought, okay, I'm finished, and then how it turned out after I let it rest for some days and realized I've forgotten some things and I wasn't quite happy. So this is how it looked like, and this is how it turned out. As you can see, the light is a bit different. Like, the tones are a tiny bit bluer, and the yellow areas are more vibrant because I don't know, I just thought it looked really dull, so I wanted to add more drama to it, I guess, and I think it helped. Also, I did something interesting with the blue light. Added some sort of filter, I guess. I also decided to lower her hip a bit and try to extend her arm, just because the arm is a bit short, but I think I kind of pull it off somehow. And I added some more lights on the shoulder here. I think, did I add more? Yeah, I added some more brightness or like vibrant colors here. And also to her hair, so the light is kind of hitting her hair here, which I think gave her like a nice finishing touch. I've added some lights to the buttons and her hairline. That actually helped a lot. Like, it looks way more natural now with the hairline. And then also the shoulder here I decided to put up a bit more, and I think it looks better. Also the edge, how do you say that? The edge looks better here. It's easier to separate it from the background, same as here. And I think, yeah, I removed some of the shadows in this area. Not that much, but a tiny bit, as you can see. But yeah, I think that kind of made the piece better all in all. That's all I have to say about this piece. And thank you so much for listening to this video and watching it. It's my first time doing anything like this, so I would appreciate if you left any comments, or I don't know, let me know if you like it or not, or if you prefer the other videos that I have made.